Alright? Now I decided that I spent a bit too many sheets recently, so I need to calm down and recover a bit. And that agreement was made, but then bang! I get an email from the Bitmap Books website. Well, it don't matter, does it? As the no spending sheets agreement has been made, and once I make an agreement, I stick to it. It's not hard, I can just ignore it. But the issue was that my eyes saw some words written in the subject field of that email that I couldn't ignore. The King of Fighters. Now, this wasn't much of a dilemma for me. I had no choice but to see what it was all about. But at this stage, I haven't broken any agreement not spending any sheets, so I'm just having a look. Now, to provide some understanding, here's a look at the email. The King of Fighters Ultimate History is now open for pre-order. Priced at $34.99, King of Fighters Ultimate History is coming in a whopping 544 pages long, with a hardback and lavish production throughout. Collectors and fighting game aficionados, meanwhile, might want to grab the All-Star Edition, strictly limited to 3,000 copies and never to be reprinted. Priced at $54.99, a collector's edition includes not only the book, but also a heavy balled slipcase that actually plays different in-game sound effects for each fighter and is finished with metallic gold detailing. Also included is a set of 5 A4 art prints from various King of Fighters games, and the art prints are housed within a white envelope complete with an imitation wax seal. Finally, each All-Star Edition will come with a postcard featuring an exclusive illustration by Isuke Ogura, created especially for this version. So that was the email. That's what came up in my inbox. And this email was also accompanied with a trailer which is from the Bitmap Books YouTube channel. So let's take a look at that. The music they've used is called Esaka Forever, which is Kiyoniori's theme from King of Fighters 97. It's just one of the many Esaka themed songs from the King of Fighters series. The origin is Esaka is a train station in the Japanese city Osaka, which is where SNK's headquarters was and still is, although it's in a different building now. This shot is of the building they were in at the time. And this is what the same building looks like now. Notice the SNK stain is still there. Now that ain't going nowhere. SNK forever. And just out of interest, this is the current building they occupy, which is still based in Osaka. It's these little details that make SNK what they are. Now, as there's mention of the artist Isuke Ogura and the exclusive postcard included, I'll use it as an opportunity to have a quick chat about him. Isuke Ogura is a graphic designer and artist who joined SNK in 1996, and he was the main character illustrator for the video game Neo Geo Battle Coliseum and worked on the Fatal Fury and King of Fighters series. And here's some examples of his work. And here's a clip from SNK's YouTube channel of him drawing Iori to celebrate his birthday. Now I've sped it up loads, so go to the official SNK YouTube channel to see the original clip. The book also includes interviews with other SNK staff, so let's go through those. Masaki Kokino. He was the producer on The King of Fighters 12 and 13. Masanori Kuwasashi. He was the planner on The King of Fighters 94, 95 and 96. Toyohisa Tanabe. He was the lead planner on The King of Fighters 94, 95, 96, 97 and 98. Shinichi Shimizu. He was the lead programmer on The King of Fighters 94, 95 and 96. Hideki Asanaka, or also known as Shah V. He's a music composer on The King of Fighters 95 right up until the current day, King of Fighters 15. So they are all prevalent figures that have worked, and some still do work on the King of Fighters series. Right, so there you go. That's what I was having to deal with. And did I break the agreement and spend sheets on this book? Well, of course I did. Here's a closer look at it.
Ready, go!
In the name of speed, I've already opened the box, but this is the box, the inner that it comes in. I mean, it's King of Fighters branded. What a brilliant detail that is. It's not only King of Fighters branded. SNK on the box as well. So that is a brilliant outer box for the book that definitely ain't getting dashed. Now let's have a look what you get in it. The first thing you're greeted with is a Bitmap Books postcard, you know, advertising their gear. Let you know you get 5% off if you leave a review. Alright, thanks. Then you get this lovely little postcard. It says on here, artwork by Esuke Ogura 2021. That's nice. Of Kyo and Iori. We like stuff like that. That's to one side. Then we get presented with this. And that is amazing, that, isn't it, hey? Hey? Now, it comes wrapped up more than this. It comes up shrink wrapped. It's got a bit of polystyrene around it and all that. But let's get it out. And you'll see. I'm going to mash this box up because that box is getting kept. It's brilliant. You see that it comes with these polystyrene corner protectors, and they do an amazing job. The books just do not come damaged, and it's respect for the product. That's what that is. All right, let's get rid of them. Got a little bit of a cardboard back in there to protect. Let's move the book. Let's go with the Rugal invite. This is my invite to the King of Fighters. In this case, it's my invite to the King of Fighters Ultimate History book. That detail of having Rugal's wax seal on the envelope, people will remember who are into Neo. This is the thing that goes spinning down at one of the beginning of the intros, and then I guess it's Kyo because it's a flaming fist, right? Crushes it and it burns. Let's have a look what's inside. So you get these prints inside, and on each one it tells you what they are. So that's the King of Fighters 97 Neo CD. King of Fighters 96 MVS and AES version, the cover. King of Fighters 97 MVS and AES. It tells you these on the back. On the back there, look, MVS, AES 97s. King of Fighters 94. And then that one of Iori is from PlayStation version. King of Fighters 96 on PlayStation. So that's what you get in the Rugal envelope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these A4 prints. And they're brilliant. How about that? Not only is this book massive, it's really heavy. Now, as you can see, this is the All-Star edition. Let's have a quick look on the outside. You've got the spine. This is all embossed, black and gold, just like Neo Geo AES. On the back, it's got a speaker. It's got a sound effects cover. And there's the battery compartment for it. That's the book inside. So let's just remove the book for a minute and take a look at this All-Star Edition sound effects cover. Turn it on. Let's go through the sound effects. Kyo. Clark. Tada. Iori. Robert Garcia. Benny Murray. Yeah. Yuri. Joey Gashi. I was going to say, what's happening? King. Choi Banj. Shingo. Billy Kane. And a Powers helicopter in the background and all. Maya Shiranui. Goro Diamond. Shermie. And the man who sent me this invite, Rugal. So that is pretty fantastic, is the truth of it. Can't argue with that, can you? So that's the cover that you get. It's like an outer, hard slipcase to go over the book, protect the book, and also a nice little touch. Sound effects for various King of Fighters characters. Ta-da! So that's brilliant. Now, we're not going to go mad on this book because the video will be too long, and let's face it, this book is massive. So we'll have a quick look. Let's have a quick look through the history. Look at these animations. Now, I haven't looked at this yet. Alright. Starting off with a bit of Street Fighter information. Street Smart. That's an SNK early game. Fatal Fury 1. First time you see the King of Fighters written there. Go Art Fighting. So that's about the origins of the game. There's some Ikari Warriors there. Oh, that's because it's got Ralph and Clark in it. Athena there. So it's some detail, some real detail. So here we go. This is the sort of stuff that's amazing. This concept art. Look at this. All the backgrounds. Alright. So we can see this has got some serious detail. Posters. Arcades. So Neo Geo Land. I mean, it's going to have endless stuff in here. Oh, that poster. I had that poster originally. It got ruined. Don't want to talk about that. Look at that. Look at that concept art there. So it says here, it's a rough sketch of King of Fighters 97 by Shinkiro, featuring both Kyo and Iori. And Kyo can be seen performing one of his iconic fire moves, while the rival Iori appears in the background as a menacing onlooker. Alright. Rough sketch. Oh, look what? That's rough. Alright. So anyway, you can see there's a bucket load of stuff in here. It even deals with Neo Geo Pocket stuff. Right, so I think probably the best thing to do Yes, okay, there's interviews in here. The artist. We've just seen the postcard, and so I'll just flick through here a bit so we can just roughly see a few things. So it's got interviews with people associated with the series. Yeah. Bucket loads of art. I mean, look how thick this is. Look at it. Look at this. So that's why I'm not going to go through it, because it's just too much and it'll ruin it for people who want to look at it themselves. I mean, this is fantastic, isn't it? Look at all this, look. Amazing artwork. Look at these character animations here, showing each frame of animation. Look at that. So it's going to have a hell of a lot of stuff in there. There you go. Like I said, don't want to ruin it. It's not about going through every last detail of the book. So let's just go through what you do get. You get the book, The King of Fighters Ultimate History. You get the sound effects cover, slip cover. Right? That's what you get for the All-Star Edition. You also get an invite, a King of Fighters invite with Rugal's wax seal, and it comes with these prints, A4 prints, to go with it. That's what you get with it. Oh, and not to forget the postcard as well. So that's all the stuff you get. But let's not forget, we've got the box it comes in, and it is absolutely worth mentioning, because Bitmap Books, the staff there are brilliant with these details. I feel like it is that they know what I want to see, what someone like me wants to see. And I tell you what, they're bang on with this box. It ain't getting dashed. It's brilliant. Book looks amazing. The quality is amazing. Everything is amazing. People who know me know, though. They know that this is going to be a problem for me. Opening this up, breaking this seal, taking it out of the cellophane. This is all a problem, a real issue. Have I broken the agreement? And have I spent sheets? The answer is yeah, I bought it. How do I get around that other problem? That's right. That's how. I bought two of them. One to look through and enjoy, and one I don't know what for, but just because I knew I couldn't handle it. So pop that in your pipe. See you later.
Double KO!
So was it worth it? The standard edition is $34.99, and it's an amazing book and well worth it. The amount of work that's gone into this is incredible, and actually I'd be very interested in finding out more details on just how much time and effort it took to put something like this together. This All-Star Edition is $54.99, and for the extra 20 sheets you get the character sound effect protective slipcase, the exclusive illustration postcard by Asuke Agura, which was created solely for this collector's edition, and the wax seal envelope with the Rugal wax seal on it, and that envelope included the 5 A4 art prints. And to top it all off, this All-Star Edition, with all them extra bits, is limited to 3,000 units only. So, to me, there is no question that this book is easily worth $34.99, and that's just for the standard edition. That book on its own at $34.99 is well worth it. And for a long-term fan of the King of Fighters series like me, the extra 20 sheets for the additional bits included with that All-Star Edition, it's a no-brainer. There's loads in there. This product is tailor-made for people like me. Now it's worth mentioning that also, in addition to the physical book, you get access to a digital PDF version. This is good if you don't fancy thumbing through the actual book and smashing it up, and it also gives you an alternate way of reading it. Now, fantastic addition. I must thank all the staff at Bitmap Books for taking the time and effort to produce such an excellent quality book covering so much history on the King of Fighters game series. I appreciate them not just making something for the sake of it. These days, a lot of new things are usually crap, useless cash-ins to try and play on the nostalgia of old farts like me, and they tend to do a disservice to the subject matter. But this book, however, does a great job of preserving and respecting SNK and the King of Fighters series, which is of course only what it deserves. So thank you, Bitmap Books. So considering that my aim was to take a break from spending sheets and I doubled up and bought 2 of them, was this a failure? On the contrary, it feels like a win to me. See you later.